Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be ranking all the blushes that I have, not just in my collection but all the blushes that I have recently been testing out. I would say 3 out of those blushes I have either already decluttered or I'm going to declutter, and then the remaining 4 are still in my collection and they're going to remain in my collection. I don't have as huge of a blush collection or makeup collection as a lot of other people do, but whatever I do have, I want to review them in detail for you guys and let you know what my thoughts are on those products, so that in case you are considering on buying anything, or if you just want to know like my thoughts on any of those products, then it would be helpful for you. So I've already filmed the video earlier today, but I wanted to sit down and quickly do an intro for you guys and let you know. So I'm ranking the 7 blushes from worst to best. So if you want to know my thoughts on some of the blushes that I have in my collection, then please keep on watching. So to start out with, I'm going to start with like the worst and then move on to the best. So this is basically the worst blush. It's actually not a part of my collection anymore as well. I had decluttered this to a friend, but I bought it back, like borrowed it basically from her just for a day to film like a clip of this where I found like a dupe for this blush. In my opinion, it's a dupe. You will see that piece of content coming up soon as well, so you can let me know if you think it's a dupe or not. This is the K-Beauty matte blush in the shade Soft Nude. I'm also going to like open this and show to you what it looks like. So this is what the shade looks like in natural light. So you can see it looks like a very pretty nude on my skin. And don't worry, the pan is not because of me. I was not the one who hit pan on this. It was actually my friend who I decluttered this to. So you can see this actually has a very thin like overall pan size. So whenever you buy this, you'll probably hit pan on it very soon, but because it's such a huge compact, you'll have to evenly work around the entirety of it to use anything up. The reason why I'm ranking this one super low is because this is so pigmented. Some people might like a more pigmented blush. I like something that is more medium to buildable, I would say, because even if it's like a nude color, on me personally this makes me look like a clown. Like I said, it's a shade Soft Nude. So yes, it's definitely not for me personally. I was not very happy with the formula. I love that it's a matte blush, so I really appreciate that K-Beauty came out with a matte blush versus like a shimmery blush, or like something that is going to be more like glowy or luminous on the cheeks. But I wish that they you know, had other shades for people to not look like a clown. So yes, like I said, this was the nude shades. I feel like the other shades were more brighter, so that's the reason I didn't go for it. I thought that this would be the ideal shade for me. Clearly it did not work out the way I thought it would. So this is my least favorite blush. I wouldn't say out of my collection because it's not even a part of my collection anymore. At number 6, we have this Sugar Pop blush in the shade number 2 Sienna. It's called it Ultra HD blush. Now this one, first of all, the I'm going to open it and show it to you. Okay, I need to work around opening all of these. But yes, the blush is actually not even in the pan. If I do this, it's going to like literally pop out. Can you see? Wait, I don't want to like break it, but yeah, you can see now the blush has literally popped out of the pan. I mean, it's a super affordable blush, so I think for that reason, I mean, it's not something you can complain about. I could just use like a 5 rupees ka Fevikwik and stick it back in, but I'm like, the glue on this should not have been so cheap. That being said, this is a really pretty shade, and the first couple of times I used it, I actually liked it. I thought it would work really well for me. But the more I kept using it, the more I realized this has the potential to make me look like a clown as well. I actually think that this shade is very similar to the K-Beauty on my cheeks. Again, like I said, I will do like I've already filmed the like comparison clip, and you will see that in like a makeup that I think are potentially dupes for each other kind of a video coming up sometime soon. Definitely not before this video goes up, so you guys are getting like a spoiler into my next you know, like dupes video basically. So Yes, this shade is also going to potentially get decluttered, I'm pretty damn sure, but because it's more affordable than the K-Beauty, I definitely have to rank this one higher. I could have ranked this even more higher because it's such an affordable product, so I think there is definitely a lot of scope for this product, just not for me personally because of the shade. And I think this range doesn't have too many shade options either. I think there were just 2 or 3 shades. This one looked like the most neutral, but because it's pigmented, again, there is potential that I can look like a clown at the end of the day. So that's why I'm ranking this one lower, because the other blushes are much better than this one, I would say, shade wise at least, and also formula wise. So yeah. For our number 5, I have this e.l.f. blush right here. Now this is also a matte powder blush. It's called a primer infused blush in the shade Always Cheeky. Now I have another e.l.f. blush, and I'm going to rank that one much higher in the video. But this one is going to be ranked lower because am I going to be able to open this one? No, I don't think so. Wait. Okay, this one is like I said in the name of this is Always Cheeky, and this one is a very light blush. So the other one that I have, I'm definitely ranking much higher because I love that shade, whereas this shade is for like super fair porcelain white skin. If your complexion is lighter than mine, it would probably work on you, but on me personally, I have to like layer it up 4 to 5 times at least before getting like even the slightest bit of blush on my cheeks. So for me personally, it doesn't make sense. Like I said, I don't like a super pigmented blush. I don't like a super light blush that won't even show up on my skin. So for that reason, I'm going to probably declutter this one as well. Actually, I am going to. I kept this in my declutter box. I just brought it out to show you for this blush ranking video. But yes, this one is also going to get decluttered, and I will give it to a friend who has lighter skin than I do, who might probably want to use this, and on them it might look like a really beautiful nude. But for me personally, it's just not it. But I love the formula. I love the formula. I want to preface by saying that. So this one's gonna go. Now I think we have number 4, is it? So for number 4, I have this blush right here, and this is the only one that I cannot open to show you because it has completely shattered. So basically I had a huge pan on this Tarte blush. It's in the shade Exposed, and I think because of that huge pan, the product around the sides basically just crumbled inside this. So I have to repress it. I need like ethyl alcohol, is it like rubbing alcohol, that will help me repress this product. So because I've not bought that yet, I am not able to repress it at this point of time, but I'm actually saving it to repress. Now this is a really nice nude pink shade, and the reason I'm ranking it at number 4 is because even though it's a really pretty nude shade and I absolutely love it, I don't think I need to spend high-end money like buy a Tarte blush necessarily to get this specific shade. It's not a unique shade or anything, even though this shade was very popular back in the day, but I don't think that I mean, basically what I think is you can find more affordable blushes which are the same color, and you won't have to spend as much money as this costs. So even though I bought this in like a limited edition holiday gift set where I got a lot of other shades too, and I will use this one up completely. Like I said, I've already hit major pan on it. I'll be repressing it, and once I repress it, I will use this up like every last bit of it. But post that, I will not be repurchasing this one. So that's why I'm ranking it at number 4. And the bottom 3, which I shared with you earlier, I'm actually decluttering all of them like I also mentioned, but this one is actually going to stay. So out of the blushes in my collection which are going to stay, this is the one that I'm ranking at the lowest like place. Then for number 3, we have this blush right here from Essence. This is the blush in the shade, what is the shade on this one? I actually cannot remember, and I'm not sure if it says the shade anywhere, but I'm gonna find the shade for sure, and I will leave it in the description box, I guess. Okay, I remembered, this is in the shade Befitting. So this is a beautiful again nude blush, and if I'm able to open it, I will show it to you in even better one second. Okay, this is a much better like angle basically, and you can actually see the true color. So you can see it's such a beautiful nude, and you can see like there was an embossing over here that said the blush, which has now completely gone off. So that clearly tells you how much I have used it. There was also like a line embossing which has also gone off. You can only see it on the sides but not much in the center. So I've used it a lot, and I'm not actively using it right now because I'm focusing on some of the other blushes, some of the newer blushes in my collection, but I will definitely come back to this very soon. I would say personally this shade is again very similar to Tarte Exposed. Like I can basically use them for the same kind of makeup looks. They might not be exact like to the T dupes for each other, but they're interchangeable for me. They're alternatives, and this is definitely a fraction of the cost of the Tarte. So if I had to repurchase a nude blush, I might probably repurchase this one, depending on, of course I want to use this one up as well, and then I will decide whether I want to repurchase it or not, or if my thoughts change on this particular product over time, then I will let you know. That being said, I am ranking this one a little bit lower as compared to higher, because sometimes I do feel like this can be a little bit patchy or splotchy on my skin. It also depends on the base products I'm using underneath. On certain powders or maybe with certain skincare underneath, it does look patchy. Other times it looks flawless and blends very well. Again, it's a beautiful matte finish. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got no shimmer in there, which I really love. Of course, if there was shimmer, I wouldn't have even bought it in the first place. But yes, it's a really beautiful blush. I love how affordable it is. I love how versatile it is. But I do have some products which I like more than this one, so that's why I'm ranking this one at number 3. At number 2, we have the other e.l.f. blush that I basically showed you another shade earlier, right? I showed you Always Cheeky. This one is Always Rosy from e.l.f. Again, their primer infused blush. This is my recent favorite blush in my collection, and again, I'm going to show you what the shade looks like once I open it. Once I open it, this is what the e.l.f. blush in Always Rosy looks like. Even though it says it's like a rosy color, I would say it is more of either like a muted rose, or I would almost say it leans a little bit peachy, at least on my skin. My skin, I would say, is more warm to neutral. It's not as cool. So maybe if you have a different skin tone, it will look slightly different on you. I don't really know, but on me, a lot of times it pulls more peachy than rosy. That being said, it's such a beautiful nude. It's not a pinky nude unlike the Essence one. Like if I keep both of them side by side and show you, then you'll be able to tell this is more warm and like peachy, versus the Essence one is more of like pinky nude basically. So like if you look at both of them and compare, you can clearly tell how different they are in terms of like skin tones, undertones. Both are nudes, but both are so different. Now the reason why I'm ranking the e.l.f. one higher than the Essence one is because I feel like the formula on the e.l.f. one is way better than Essence. You also get more product, and of course the price is also different on both of them, but yeah, I feel like I love the e.l.f. one a little bit more than Essence, but I'm gonna still use both, still love both, potentially even repurchase both, but again, that's something I'll update you in the future as to how my thoughts change on that front. But yes, that's our top 2 and our top 3. Now I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what's my top favorite blush gonna be. If you have been watching my videos regularly and you know about all the blushes that I own, I want you to take a second and guess what you think my favorite blush is going to be. So pause this video, leave your guesses in the comments, or you can just guess it like in your head, and let me know if you guess it right once I tell you what my favorite is. So my favorite blush in my collection, and I'm going to tell you why I selected this as my favorite, because it might come as a shock to a lot of you. It is the Tarte blush in the shade Charmed. This is what it looks like. Of course, I'm going to open it and show it to you what the actual shade looks like. Just a second. This is what the actual shade looks like in the pan, and you can see I've hit quite a bit of pan on this. Of course, there is a lot more to go. You can see the pan kind of like peeking through, and you can see the rings on the pan. So I am not close to being done with this. I've also not hit like a major pan to the point where the sides of this product has like broken off like it did happen with Exposed. Now, a lot of you are going to be surprised and being like, how can this be your favorite blush? It's like such a light pink. Does it even look good on you? Doesn't it wash you out? What does it look like? Why do you love it? I'm sure a lot of you have so many questions. So I'm going to answer all of those for you as I keep this down. Now, on me personally, first of all, this doesn't wash me out. Secondly, I think it is such a beautiful formula where even though it's like a bright shade, it doesn't make me look like a clown. In fact, it gives me the most beautiful natural like flush of color almost, and that is ideally, and it's supposed to be what a blush looks like, is like a natural flush of color. It doesn't sometimes even look like makeup. It looks so youthful and natural because it's such a light pink. It's not like the Dior's you know, that super light pink blush that they have. It's not like that. I feel like it's a little bit more warm as compared to that one is a more cool toned pink. This is more warm and pretty, but it's not super dark, of course. And it's like the perfect pink blush, I feel like, for me. It's a beautiful formula. It is super duper long lasting, but it does not make me look like a clown, like I already said. And the other thing, and again, the reason why I have decided that this is going to be my favorite blush in my entire collection is because I can actually potentially see myself even repurchasing this one. Of course, this is like a mini size that I got in the limited edition set like I mentioned earlier, but I will also potentially spend, I think it's $30 for the full size on this blush, and $30 is like 2,500 rupees. So spending 2,500 rupees on a blush might seem insane to someone, but because I love this blush so much, I don't even want to look for alternatives. I mean, I might potentially look for alternatives, but I'm so happy with this product that I just want to use it and love it and repurchase it and have it in my collection forever and ever and ever, because it is so beautiful. So because I love it so much and I am ready to spend high-end money on this product, that tells me that this is the favorite blush and it deserves to be the winner of my blush collection blush ranking video. So that is Tarte blush in the shade Charmed. Once again, I'm going to give you a close-up, and yes, that is it. That is for my entire collection. Now, I just want to say this once again. I have only 4 blushes which I'm keeping in my collection because I don't want to have too many blushes, even though I like testing out new blushes. But I always think about the fact that I will potentially happily declutter blushes that I don't like, I don't reach for, I don't want to use up. Like, if I don't love it to the point where I know I can use it up completely, then I don't think there is a point of keeping it in my collection. So I'm going to only keep 4 blushes in my collection. All the other 3 are going to get decluttered. One has already been decluttered, the other 2 are going to get decluttered soon. These are the only 4 blushes I'm going to keep in my collection. 2 of them have pan on it, 2 of them I want to hit pan on, and I want my blush collection to always be small and concise and also diverse. Like 1, 2 and 3 are all different shades. I feel like these are the only 2 which are similar to each other and kind of interchangeable, but I definitely want to always have a diverse blush collection and not have duplicates. So that's also a big thing for me. So yes, that is it for the video. I don't know how long it is, but I hope I could cover as much as I possibly could. Yes, there are no swatches, like actual facial swatches in this video, but if you want to see me swatch all these blushes, like these 4 on my skin, and do like a separate video, or maybe I'll do this in like short form where I swatch all of these blushes on my cheeks and show them to you and what they look like, then definitely let me know. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.